All right, so let's have a look now at question 2. So it says an English teacher wants to estimate how long it should take his students to read a book. You have been asked to develop an algorithm to calculate this estimate. The algorithm must do the following. Ask the teacher how many pages in the book has how many pages the book has, and store this in an appropriately named variable. So that's going to be an input. So put an input, and we're going to say how many pages has the book question mark, and we're going to store that in a variable called number or num pages. How about that? That seems sensible. For every page in the book, the algorithm should ask the teacher if the page looks easy or difficult. Okay, so we need a loop to go through each and every page. So we need a counter to go through page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, up to and including how many pages there are. So we're going to have a loop. And how do we break out the loop? Well, we're going to break out the loop if the counter that we're going to use is equal to the number of pages. Okay, so we're going to have this variable called counter, which is going through page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if that's equal to the number of pages that we've got, then we're going to break out the loop. We've got all the information about the pages. So let's put the information in. So we're going to ask whether it looks easy or difficult. Okay. So we're going to input, and it says, is the page easy or difficult? So we're going to say something like type E for easy and D for difficult. We don't have to type in easy and difficult all the time. This is going to be called that difficulty. Okay. So now it says if a page is difficult, then the total number of pages of seconds should increase by 100. Okay. So the total number of seconds. So we need to store the number of seconds. So we're going to create a variable here, and we're going to initialize that to 0. So num seconds is going to be 0 to start with before we start counting them. And inside here, we're going to, we've got this counter as well, haven't we? We need to, let's just initialize this counter as well. I'll do that there. And we're going to set the counter to be 1 to start with. Okay, and if, and also we need to increment our counter. If our counter is, this goes round without us incrementing our counter, making it, increase by 1, which is called incrementing, by the way, then it's just going to go on this loop forever and ever and ever, an infinite loop. So we need another assignment here, and that assignment is going to increase that counter. So we're going to set our counter here to counter plus 1. Now we need to make a decision on whether or not they type E or D. So we're going to have a selection. And inside here, if they typed in an E, so it increases it by 40. So if it's an E, so what variable did we do? That's called difficulty. So if difficulty is equal to E, it's easy, then we are going to increase the time that we've got. What do we call that? Num seconds. Seconds. We're going to increase that from what it was before to adding 40. But if it was difficult, so it's not easy, so it must be difficult. Notice that we're assuming that anything's not easy is difficult here. And we're going to increase our number of seconds to be num seconds plus 100. Oops, I said 10. It's that. Okay. Hopefully that's that done. After the teacher has entered the difficulty level for all the pages, the algorithm should output the estimated number of seconds it should take to read the book. Okay, so let's do that output. It's going to be here. It should take approximately, and then we're going to add our seconds. Us to read the book. Okay, so let's try it. Just save it first. Run. How many pages in the book? I'm just going to do a small number of pages. 3. Is the page easy or difficult? I don't know which page. It might be nice to say is page 1. So we'll fix that in a minute. I'm going to do a deliberate error here. So just there. Okay. So let's have a look. So is the page, and that is not the page, but is page, and then add the counter. Plus, and then easy or difficult. Well, that'd be nicer. So it'll say, how many pages in the book? 4. Is page 1 easy or difficult? E and D, E and D. So we've got an equal number. So we should have 280. Right, okay, what's happened here? 180 seconds. 2 difficult, so that's 280 it should be. I've only got 180. So let's have a look to see what's going on here. So we'll step through. How many pages in the book? 4. Step next. Number of seconds is 0. Okay, is it? So let's go for D for difficult. I'm not adding the last page. This comes out of the loop too early. Notice I should add this, all this stuff here. This decision should happen before I make a decision whether to come out, because I always want to do that. So I'm basically going to come along and I'm going to, hopefully I should be able to do this, drag it up there instead. Why doesn't it let me do that? It should do. That's it. Okay, I'm going to have to, why isn't it letting me do it? It's because I'm running. Okay, stop it first. That's fine. And then I'm going to grab this and I want to put that up there instead. Okay, so it's going to ask me the easier difficulty before it decides whether or not my counter is finished. So let's go again. This is why you need to debug your programs. So we've got, I don't want to do 104 pages. We're going to do 2 easy again and 2 difficult. 280, that's better. Okay, so that seems to be working now.